Welcome to Winexpert Moncton. You've chosen your wine kit. So now what? I'm going to show you. My name is Nancy, and I'm going to show you how we're going to make up this wine kit. We are back in the corner where we make our wines. I'm going to take everything out of the box, get everything organized, and I will show you the process. Are we ready to make a wine? All right. All the components and ingredients that were in that box, in this little packet, what we need right now is our bentonite and our yeast. Some wine kits have extra yeast depending on the style and the characteristics they're trying to bring out in the wines. So this bag stays with your wine through all of its trips and travels. So the first thing I'm going to do before I get started is just give my hands a little sanitize. And we're going to rinse this bucket out. And get started. So the bentonite goes in first with some warm water to encourage it to dissolve. So bentonite is the primary clarifier. It is a powdered clay, and what happens after the first week is it's dragging those dissolved solids out of that grape juice. So it's the first step in clarifying. The next step will happen in 14 to 16 days. Next, I'm going to pull you back and we're going to pour the juice into this bucket on top of the bentonite. Get this juice open and pour it in. So we have different styles of wine kits that have different amounts of juice. So depending on the amount of juice, also affects the amount of water that we then add. So the water that we use that is plumbed into our sink back here is reverse osmosis filtration. So it's microfiltered to make sure that the wines are consistent, whether you're getting another batch 6 weeks from now, 6 months from now, or 6 years from now. Okay, we're just going to move this part into position, and then I've got all kinds of good stuff in the bottom of this bag. I'm just going to put the tubing in, get some water in there, and give it a good rinse out. We want all the good stuff off the bottom. So what else can I tell you about us? We are independent dealers for Winexpert. We are not a franchise. We are not locked into carrying their product. We choose to carry their product because we feel that they're the best on the market. We've been using them for almost 18 years at this point in 2022. And they give us great, consistent results and awesome wine all the time. So the next thing is to top up with a little bit of water. And while that's happening, I've got some oak that is going into this red wine kit. So we have these muslin cheesecloth bags that we use. So I'm going to pour the oak into that. So that turns it into a giant tea bag. So it allows the oak to permeate the flavor of the wine without making a big mess for us to have to deal with and filter out of the wine later on. I'm watching it, don't worry. Okay, almost there. The other thing that differentiates us from a lot of other winemaking craft wineries in the area is we have an enclosed fermentation room. I have a video giving you a little behind the scenes tour of that if you'd like to have a look. But fundamentally, the really important thing is a closed door. A closed door on our nursery allows us to store the wines in a space that the temperature is controlled. The wines like the temperatures between 22 and 24 degrees all year, no matter how much heat or air conditioning we are using here in our customer area. So I'm just giving this a good stir. So here we are. This is the juice in the bucket. I'm going to add our lovely oak chips into this, and then I'm just going to push it down and encourage it to sink. I want that to get nice and saturated so it will do its job over the next little bit that it stays in the wine. Okay, now we're ready for your big job. This is the packet of yeast. This turns the juice into the wine and starts the fermentation, and this is your job. Are you ready to make 30 bottles of wine?